Fair warning. If you have not caught up to the JoJo manga to the end of part 6, do not watch this video. Please. Alright, so right now I'm waiting for different things to install for one of my LPs. But while that happens, I decided to read up about something that I was told about called Joestar, a novel written and illustrated by Otaru Maijo. Now, you know JoJo, right? Everyone loves JoJo. This JoJo's a bit strange. I'm gonna go ahead and run you through this, and we're gonna go ahead and learn what the fuck is up. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and skip the first general part of this. Basically, after Jonathan's death, Joestar 2, named after the dad of Jonathan, obviously, travels with Arena to Canary Islands in Spain, and there he pledges his love to Lisa and eventually grows up to become a World War I air pilot. Cool. It's alright. It's pretty alright. Then we have the other story, the one that I'm going to be focusing on mostly inside this video because it's the one that I actually care about the most. Another story, Kid Detective Joji Joestar sets out on a bizarre quest to solve a murder in Morio, which surely turns into a universe-hopping adventure after the island begins moving on its own. Huh. Morio based in the Final Tendency age. That's strange, right? Alright, so this gets weird. The other chapters, other than the ones about Jorge Joestar, the one that falls in love with Lisa, is about Joji. And Joji is set, his story is set in the 20th century after Made in Heaven. As you guys know, Made in Heaven is a big deal. By the way, manga spoilers. I'll put them in the beginning of this, it's fine. Made in Heaven, Poochie's Stand, resets the world exactly 36 times. A little bit weird, right? A little bit specific. Focus on a kid named Joji Joestar who is investigating some shit. After they find the corpse of a man who was seemingly killed by Yoshikage Kira, he goes to check it out, because why wouldn't you? But then after some weird shit, he meets up with Gio and Rohan, because most popular characters, why not? Giorno has survived due to his shit, like his stand, Golden Experience Requiem, nullifying the effects. Rohan's just too busy to drawing his manga to actually realize Made in Heaven was activated, and so for some reason he's able to just live in the life he deserves to live. Along the way, Joji eventually reaches outer space and meets 37 versions of cars, each from a different universe, which accompanies him back to Earth, all ending in a massive fist fight with Dio Brando as he attempts to make the Holy Corpse and gain unlimited power. Remember those Nijimura brothers? You know, those cool ones you really enjoyed? Well, it turns out they're replaced by a couple of delinquents whose stands are a trio of dolphins and an ordinary New York City cop. Okay. Then you know that guy named Cars. That really strong guy that was almost impossible to kill. Actually impossible to kill unless you dropped him in a fucking volcano. Well, hey, Cars Prime steals Killer Queen, King Crimson, and the world by talking to the guys that owned them. Why not? He just convinces them to join his side and he gains their stands. Then, after Kira loses Killer Queen, he decides to study under Lisa and learn the spin, eventually mastering the art and going under a new name called Kira. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get to the part that really just makes it very confusing. However, I've been told the actual novel isn't as good as this seems to explain. However, I'm going to go ahead and go through it and we're going to be a little bit weirded out. Ready? The 36 cars that were living on Mars, presumably, are 36 souls of sinners that Dio required for his plan to reach heaven. When George draws the picture of cars in his stomach, they form a bridge to reach Dio described below. But Dio in part 3 was not the real Dio Brando. Phantom Blood Dio becomes the ultimate life form, getting the stand the Passion of Christ, which resembles Jesus Christ. The Passion of Christ has the ability to predict his opponent's attacks. Morio and the island next to Morio, Passion Island headquarters, both suddenly sprout legs from their foundations and split from the mainland, walking the earth. Just walking away, just having some great fun. And then one version of Gio is now host to Diavolo as an alternate personality, and that Diavolo was a renegade stand similar to the vein of Anubis. As a result, Doppio from that universe became a separate entity with his own stand capable of transforming objects into telephones, which according to pictures is no different from Universe J's Doppio, which could communicate with Diavolo. Is unknown if whether Passion's underboss was of that universe or was replaced by Diavolo possessed Giorno. Okay, so the personality that Diavolo had was actually its own thing and now became its own entity, and now Geo has him inside him. Yes. And out of the 36 versions of Diavolo, only 2 of them seem to survive. The above Diavolo that became part of Geo, and the Universe J Diavolo, which continues to die from the effects of Golden Experience Requiem through the resets. Supposedly others exist, but due to King Crimson, the only Diavolo that never splits from Doppio suffers the endless fate. So basically, Geo gains the personality of Diavolo, and then the real Dio from Phantom Blood ends up getting into a massive fist fight with 37 versions of cars, one of which has the world King Crimson and Killer Queen in a battle for what seems to be the universe after this Joji guy climbs his way up to the space. You know, I love JoJo, but when other people take over JoJo, shit gets weird. Now, this novel that was released is actually part of an anthology, a weird commemorative project called Versus JoJo. Versus JoJo has 3 different writers that were on staff. Otaro Maijo, which did the one I just described, who also did Asura Girl, Smoke, Soil and Sacrifice, Drill a Hole in My Brain. All right ones, not the best. Nishio Ishin, author of Bakemonogatari, Katana Gatsuri, and Padaka Box, and Kohei Kadano. I don't really know his stuff. Buki Pop, I don't even know what that is. However, the fact that this anthology includes the guy who wrote Bakemonogatari really, really weirds me out. But you know what? It's cool. And this is what JoJo is. It's an expanding universe that anyone can get into that just makes things so interesting, and if someone else takes it over, they put their own mindset into it and just creates this amazing, amazing side thing. That will do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and get to the recording I'm supposed to be doing today, and I'm going to go ahead and see you guys next time when I describe other stuff, maybe. JoJo's interesting.